Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Kendra and my channel, Kendra Full of Joy. I had my brunch. It's, what is it, 11:30? It's 11:26 right now in the morning on Sunday. A week ago it was Easter. It's hard to believe. So I made some biscuits and I had leftover ham, and this is my brunch. I've got just biscuits and ham, and I used, did I put it away? Oh, here it is. I used this mayonnaise. Have you ever had this before? I kind of like it. Sometimes I use regular mayonnaise, and sometimes I use regular mustard. So anyway, I'm making a coffee, and I'm just using my Starbucks cold brew. And regular half and half, just dairy half and half. Yes, come to mama. I've had like 3 cups of hot coffee, but this will be my last for the day. Like, you know, I'm cutting back. Anywho, today's just going to be, I guess, kind of a day in the life. I got a kid that's making pizza in here right now for his lunch. I've got this ham left over, sweet potatoes. I got sweet potatoes on my plate too. I put a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt on mine. My husband's a purist. He likes his plain. Speaking of him, he's out there somewhere. He gets up in the morning when he's here, if it's nice weather, which is why he tries to take summers off. And he just hits the yard. He's on the property doing something all the time. So, and it's nice, you know, because I sure couldn't do it. Oh, there's the bread. I was looking everywhere for the bread. I've been moving things around. Oh, if you've not bought this before, you must. It's low calorie if you eat it in the servings that it suggests, but who does that, you know? So anyway, I hope that you will stick around and see the rest of my day. I don't think that I'll be showing puppies today. Speaking of which, I was invited to tag along to a dog show yesterday, but I knew I wasn't feeling it yet. Okay, talk to you later. Hi, I'm back, everybody, and I got a bunch of vegetables when I went to Costco a couple days ago, and so they've been in the fridge, and now I've washed them up, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut them up and get them ready for snacking or whatever. So I've never had these before, and I see that other people don't peel them. They just slice them thin. So I guess that's what I'm going to do and hope for maybe I should try one. They're fine. They're wonderful. They taste like I remember. These taste better than regular cucumbers. We're done with regular cucumbers. This is amazing. Thank you for showing these on your videos. I never would have even known they existed. I guess they're called cocktail cucumbers. These are wonderful. What do you do with them? You put them in your salad. You put them on a veggie platter, or how do you like to use these? You know what I'm thinking they'd be good in too? Really good. You know that salad that you make with it's just got mayonnaise and tomatoes chopped and cucumber slices. I don't even know what you call that, but I haven't had it in a long time, and it's something that we used to have in the summer a lot. And we haven't in a long time. I don't know that I'm going to chop all of these. I think I'll probably put some aside and get to them, because I don't want them to go bad. They're way too good for that. So then with the peppers, I'm going to go ahead and slice all of them, and I'm going to put some of them on the platter with these, or whatever I do with them. And I've got some different kind of, what are they called? They're tomatoes in different colors, like purple and yellow and green and red and orange, and they're all really ripe and good. I want to say historic, nostalgic. There's a different name for them, and I can't remember what it is, of course. My mind is gone. I'm almost done with my iced coffee here. Num, 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 num. And that'll be it for my caffeine for the day. And it's 5 minutes till noon now. My breakfast, my brunch, whatever you want to call it, was yummy. I enjoyed it very much. Next time, I'll probably use mustard if I do it again. I don't have that kind of ham, you know, laying around usually. But I had bought 2 hams, and when I realized I was not going to have 18 or 19 people here, I only made 1. And neither of them were that big to begin with, so I just made the other one rather than put it in the freezer. Oops, I meant to get rid of that. I'm trying to put, the ends are going to go in the scrap pile. Let's see. I showed a video of the pups yesterday. They're 4 weeks old now. They're nursing now just, you know, 5 or 6 times a day, and they're having their mush 4 times a day, which is puppy food that I mix a little hot water and goat milk and put that out for them, and they're getting used to it real well. Mom and Daddy had baths yesterday because it was time. Oh, that's not my favorite thing. I much prefer going to the groomer, but because of the COVID in the house, I had to cancel their grooming appointment. I don't cut their hair. I feel like you know what, I did do it once, and they came out looking like they had the mange. It was bad. It actually wasn't these 2 poodles. It was another years ago, and it's been that long. It's expensive to have your poodles groomed, ridiculous expensive. I mean, you know, I know they go through a lot of training. They have to pay their space lease. They have to buy their tools, continuing education, so I shouldn't gripe about the cost because, and you know what? There's a comic that went around on YouTube for a long time, and it was a woman talking to her groomer, and she said, "You want how much money to groom my poodle? My beautician only charges me blah, blah, blah." And she said, "Really? Well, maybe that's because your beautician says you never bite her or growl or refuse to sit still." So they really do. My husband's back out there. I'm looking at him right now. He, gosh, he enjoys the sun and being out in the elements. His dad's passed now, but I think his dad was the same way. He would actually go and cut the lawn for some of the seniors that were in their church and their neighborhood and stuff, you know, just as a thing to do, I think, because it was, you know, nice. So anyway, the cucumbers are coming right along, and I think I'm going to bore you, so I'm going to wait and see what else I can get into and come back to you. All right. Okay, the cucumbers are done. So this is how many I got. That's a lot. I don't know. And then these are just the ends. I wonder if you probably can't plant those and expect to grow any cucumbers. You'd have to dry the seeds, I would imagine. But anyway, I'm going to put these in a container that's clear that they can see so that it'll be in their minds when they open the refrigerator door. Then I'm going to do these next. That's that. Okay, I'm back. I got the cucumbers are done, and they're in this container for now. They won't be for long term. And then I did those little bitty mini sweet peppers. They're supposed to be yellow, orange, and red, but you can't really tell the difference. They're not as bright as they probably will be later in the summer. And I remember then what these I was trying to remember was the word heirloom tomatoes. I tasted 2 of these, and they were good. They are very good. I'm afraid to taste a green one, though. You know, it goes against everything I know to be true and right. But it probably is delicious, so I'm going to cut one in half. I washed them already. It's crunchier. Sorry, I'm spitting while I talk and eat at the same time. It's crunchier, but it's delicious. So I'm just going to cut these up. This one's kind of a very burgundy color. And here's one that's kind of yellow. And a bright red. These are the ones that I taste. I like the bright red better so far. Let me try one of these burgundy. They're good. It says on the package these were grown in Mexico. Wash before you eat. I wash everything before I eat it, though. You know, raccoon over there. Speaking of raccoons, we've got a bunch of them living on the property here. They just wander around at night. You know, they come out from under bushes and stuff and meander down the driveway toward the road down there. I've also seen coyote, well, squirrel, obviously. We used to have hundreds of bunnies. When we first moved in here, there wasn't as much, well, there was way more places for bunny to hide, but we've cleared back a lot of the, the weed flowers. I can't think of what those are called now either. They're yellow and they're rampant on the West Coast. Shoot, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, they're weeds. They're terrible weeds, and once you get them, they're like forever with you. So we took tractors and we dug them out of the dirt. And there was so much blackberry. Actually, the name Olalla, which I live on Olalla, Port Orchard boundary. The name Olalla means land of berries, if I've heard correctly from people and books that I've looked at about the past of this area. So anyway, we have blackberry, salmonberry, huckleberries. Let's see. I can't think of anything else. I personally planted blueberries last year. I just put in 3 plants and they grew so well. Just their first year they produced. So we have to watch. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Of course we have deer because I've talked about that before and shown the deer. And that's another thing that's not near as much because we took down so much of the covering that a lot of the deer that were living in the yard physically on the property, in the front part of the property yard, have gone to another area, I guess. I know there are bear because there's been bear scat, and I know there are bear because the park that is across the road here with the hiking trails, bear have lived in there for years. So it's wild kingdom around here. Oh, possum. Have seen possum. Eagle, hawks. Once in a while, you'll see a seagull, because Olalla has water that comes from the ocean. And sometimes you'll see whale will come through there. Orcas. I've not gotten to see it live. I've only seen pictures, but yep. Can you believe that? Anyway, okay, so I'm done with these now. Can you see them? They're kind of pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. Maybe I'll just put together some lettuce salad. A great big salad would be healthful and appreciated, but I'll have to chop up these peppers into much smaller pieces, of course, and maybe quarter some of the bigger tomatoes. I think I will do that. I'll just make a big salad and put it in a bowl and put the rest of it away in the refrigerator for snacky. So if you think of it at this point, if you like just kind of day in the life chat, and I do other things like grocery hauls and organizing and stuff like that, maybe you'd like to subscribe. You consider subscribing and come back and see if you want to say hi. I love to chat, and give me a thumbs up too. I don't think I'm done for the day. I'm going to be back. Record video. Hi. Okay. So I'm about done. I just need to put some lettuce in. I've got all kinds of chopped up little veggies here. I have leftover mushrooms because that was a big container of mushrooms that I got from Costco. So I put them in a paper bag and I like mushrooms and I stick them in the bottom of the drawer there in the fridge with the rest of the leftover veggies. So I'm just going to chop up, little bitty bites of this lettuce that I had. This is the last of the lettuce that I had in the refrigerator, so I saved, the good parts. This was romaine. It'll be fine. I have a brown, what do you call it? Like a ball, a brown iceberg lettuce in the fridge that needs to go in the garbage. I think it arrived browned, so rusted looking. That's too bad because I probably paid top dollar for it. Anyway, always, I think I get a better deal when I shop for myself than I do delivery, because I think that I'm way more apt to say, yeah, I'm not going to take that because it doesn't look like it's going to last more than 24 hours in my fridge, and I don't want to shop that often, you know, and it could be that the crops weren't that great. This is fine. It's just wet. I washed it, of course, and it's soaking wet. I hope that they'll eat this much salad, the guys. They, you know, take spurts like most people. Sometimes they're in the mood and sometimes they're not. I have a broken sink drain pull thing in my bathroom. I don't know what you call that, but behind the faucet thing, there's a thing you pull up and it pulls a thing down and you can fill the sink with water. Well, it broke. It was old, I guess, when we bought the house, and it finally it rusted out, I think. And so he has gone to the hardware store to get a new thing to fix it. Thankfully, he's handy like that, because I wouldn't know how to begin. It broke not long after he left for his work last time, so it was broken for about 3 months. And it's so stupid. I stuck a butter knife in there to hold it open, because if you didn't, it would fall down inside. And we couldn't get it all the way out because it was attached to something. So my mother came over and said, interesting, you know. Yeah, it's broken. So anyway, that'll be fixed, and I'm very thankful for that. And then I've got a laundry room light that is fluttering because it's getting ready to go. It's fluorescent, I guess. So he's going to get, and on the other side of the laundry room, the cover for the actual fluorescent light. When the groomer was here doing the dogs, I used to have a home groomer for the dogs. She took that high-power blow dryer that she dries the poodles with, and she went like, kind of like went like this, you know, and it blew that hard air up, and it blew the cover right off, and it crashed to the ground. It wasn't glass, but it was very brittle old plastic. You know, been there for 20 years, probably since the house was built. So he's going to replace that, I think. I don't know if he's going to Home Depot or Lowe's or Scott McClendon Hardware or all of the above. I kind of wanted to go look at Scott McClendon Hardware too, but I've got stuff to do, I guess. You know. Anywho, I'm just about done with all the lettuce now, and I'm going to call it good. I should have brought something over to stir this with and show you, but here it is with the lettuce. And this particular bowl has a lid that fits on it. It's just finding the real estate in the refrigerator to put it on the shelf. And then I've got so much leftover ham. And then I've got in the sink thawing, I found one package of pork ribs, just a small package. And I thought I would cook that up and kind of dice it up and do something to it. I don't know what. Not serve it just as ribs, but something else. So, I think that's going to be it for me. Tonight we're having this and that and serve yourself. And, oh, you know what Sunday means? Sunday evening, 8 o'clock, PBS, Call the Midwife. Love that show. I've probably said this before, but if you haven't watched it, you really should. If you're interested in history, midwifery, women's health, Catholicism, it's just all that in a bag of chips. You know, not just history, but history as it pertained to World War II and on through the 60s. So far, it's up to the 60s. I actually read, I think it was more than one book before I had watched all of these, and the books are equally as wonderful. And they're written in a style of being told as, just like the shows are, just like the PBS show. It's written as, you know, the town was all abuzz with the coming fair, or the community was very scared because diphtheria was coming through. And this was in the 40s, and, you know, like stuff like that. So if you get a chance and you think you might be interested, that is one I would really highly recommend. I always laugh when people are like on Facebook, they'll go, hey, I'm looking for a babysitter. Does anybody know? And there'll be a bunch of people going, I'll do it, you know. And people will start going, well, I highly recommend. You shouldn't get high before you recommend. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up if you if you consider subscribing. I would love that. Take care. Bye-bye. Where do I do that? Right here?